Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Valley Economic Alliance's virtual networking mixer for Hispanic Heritage Month, presented by Adelante, our business hub designed to engage Latino and Latina business owners in the San Fernando Valley. Welcome, welcome. My name is Sonia Blake. I'm President and CEO of the Valley Economic Alliance, and I'm overjoyed to welcome you to today's program. For almost 30 years now, the Alliance has served our 5-city region, which includes Burbank, Calabasas, Glendale, the northern part of Los Angeles, and the city of San Fernando. In case you don't know, the Alliance promotes job creation and retention through business assistance and attraction, workforce development, and tourism, among other programs. Our goal is to foster a great quality of life in our region while promoting prosperous, environmentally sustainable, and equitable development. Toward that end, we offer educational programs on topics to help Valley businesses increase revenues, reduce costs, and access capital. Today, we have a great program for you. You may know this. We talked about it in our previous sessions, but according to the Cal Lutheran Center on Economic Research and Forecasting, the total economic output or gross domestic product of Latinos in the United States was $2.3 trillion in 2017. And if this GDP were an independent country, it would have been the 8th largest in the world, ahead of Brazil, Italy, Canada, and Russia, and the 3rd fastest growing. So we estimate that there are about 50,000 Hispanic-owned businesses in the San Fernando Valley. Now, statistically, as many of you may know, women and minority-owned businesses tend to obtain fewer and smaller contracts from corporate and government agencies than average, a fact which hampers their growth and suppresses the vitality of our local economy. So, considering the billion-dollar opportunities presented by the upcoming Olympics in 2028, in addition to the many other major events coming to Los Angeles, it's time to get ready. And this includes empowering our Latino and Latina business owners with the critical information and network to capitalize on these opportunities. We at the Alliance have created a procurement guide for one of our programs that we produced in the spring, and we'd like to drop that link in the chat for you so that you can look at the ways that you can participate in and get ready for some of the procurement opportunities that are coming up. Do feel free to engage in the chat. Speaking of the chat, feel free to register there. Go ahead and register your business there. You can include your contact information. You can post your questions there so that we can get to them. Before we get started with our speakers, I want to shout out a special thanks to our sponsor and longtime supporter of the Alliance, Pacific Premier Bank, represented by our longtime board member, Armida Colmenares Stafford. And we're thrilled to acknowledge our distinguished partner that helped us with outreach for this program, Accessing LA Rise with, and the City of LA Board of Public Works Commissioner Auda Garcia. I want to introduce the commissioner now to make some comments. Auda Garcia was appointed to the Board of Public Works Commission by Mayor Eric Garcetti and confirmed by the LA City Council in 2018. She was elected vice president in 2019. Her great work is being recognized. She's got a strong background in grants and contracting. She's very much committed to the Valley and inclusion of the most vulnerable among us. Graduated from CSUN, Go Matadors, and MA in executive leadership from USC. Commissioner Garcia resides in the San Fernando Valley and has done so for over 25 years. And we're super excited to be partnering with you, Commissioner. Welcome. We're super excited about Accessing LA. Hope you'll tell us all about it. And it's my pleasure to give the mic to Commissioner Garcia.
Well, thank you, Sonia. I really appreciate that. I almost thought, like, who is she introducing? Just kidding. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Auda Garcia, and I serve as the Vice President of the Board of Public Works for the City of Los Angeles. Like Sonia said, I do represent the San Fernando Valley in the board, and I support very much small business and diverse businesses in the area. As many you may or may not know, I was also a small business owner for a time. So I understand and really know the challenges and the struggles that our small businesses owners can face on a daily basis, sometimes on an hourly basis. So I'm very sensitive and empathetic to a lot of our business owners because I understand where they were. It is my pleasure now to connect with all of you this evening to discuss the important topic of growing your business, especially during this challenging time. But growing your business with a strategic point of view or a strategic pathway to including city and governmental contracting within your preview of your business. As a result of the global COVID pandemic, businesses, both large and small, have had to pivot and adapt to our new environment. This topic is to focus. This is the topic to focus on our city upcoming Accessing LA Rise With event. Will be held October 14. Virtually this year. As many as you know, in the past years, we did very big events at CSUN, where we would bring more than 50 different resources, where we had a whole room dedicated to certification process and the Babin website. I'll talk a little bit about it in a few minutes. And so because of that, we also at the city had to pivot the way we deliver our services, the way we provide education, and the way we provide the information. And so as much as we would love to all be together and for all of us to be in person, I'm glad that there's still a pathway and an avenue to make sure that the information is still going out. So thank you, Sonia, for making sure that that continues to happen for our residents, for our business owners, and especially for our business owners in the San Fernando Valley. You know, Natural Hispanic Heritage Month, or in the city of LA, what we call Latino Heritage Month, it runs from September 15th to October 15th. This is the month that we recognize Latinos in various different leadership roles, and for those that work really hard to make our city better. And part of it within our Bureau of Contract Administration, which is the bureau that partnered to do today's event and also next week's event, we focus this month on making sure that our Latino businesses know that there's an opportunity for them to contract with the city. And it's really important for us to do that. And so as we did before, we had it at CSUN in person, and hopefully we can go back again, hopefully maybe next year or the year after that. I can't promise anything, but I hope that one day we're able to go back in person and have those big events and eat in person and talk in person, and it'll be great to see everybody again. I'd like to share some of the background information for those of you who may not be familiar with what we do at the city, specifically Department of Public Works. Department of Works has its 5 bureaus and several offices. We touch almost every facet of the foundation of Los Angeles, from providing basic quality of life services like waste and recycling collection to designing and constructing the world-class projects across the city. For example, if many of you have driven across to the Boyle Heights area, we're currently constructing a very huge bridge that is multi-million dollars and will serve for many purposes now. And so we're not only just constructing a bridge now, we're also giving life and community more space for the community. If any of you want to know more information about that bridge and what it will hold, please visit our Bureau of Engineering website, and you'll see that we're not just building a bridge, we're also building a park under it. We're also building a community. There'll be a stage under the bridge, if you can believe that. And so that's a really nice infrastructure coming to the city of Boyle Heights, and we're very proud of that. We are very committed to delivering projects and programs that enhance the quality of life, the economic growth, public health, and the environment for all Angelenos. For the business community, which is this community, we offer contracting opportunities, economic and workforce development, and resources for all small and big business owners. As I briefly mentioned, one example of the Bureau of Contract Administration is our Accessing LA program, designed to promote the city's vision of fostering the inclusion and economic development of all Los Angeles residents and businesses. Programs like this one help us build a more inclusive procurement process and moves us toward a more equitable future. It is one of the many ways the city shows its commitment to the businesses, to small businesses. While we continue to face uncertain times, we know that our business community will play a significant role in the success of our economic recovery, and that means all of us. As some of you may know, there is a very important resource that is free, provided by the city, and features all contracting opportunities throughout the city in one convenient location. This is the tool the Los Angeles Business Assistant Virtual Network, or as many as you know it, LA-VABN. LA-VABN, I encourage everybody to visit labavn.org, labavn.org. Register your business and take advantage of this resource. LA-VABN is where you will find information on the most current contracting opportunities that we have in the city. And if I'm not mistaken, we've partnered with other partners that are also exhibiting their procurement and their contract opportunities in the VABN program, in the VABN website. If you haven't visited lately, please do so. The VABN has taken a new makeup on it, a new face. And so I think you'll be very pleased to see that we're really trying to solidify a process in a one-stop type of process. You submit it one time, all your documentation, and it works for all the contract opportunities on the website. As opposed to before, you had to do every single one differently with different documentation. So we're really trying very hard to solidify that process. Once you are registered, you can find these opportunities, apply for certification, submit compliance documents, and more through one website. You can even search specifically by department to find bid opportunities for public works projects or other general opportunities in the city. The VABN platform is currently being updated, like I said before. If you can join us for the Access in LA event, you'll hear more in depth the update and the progress that VABN has developed now. Another point that I want to emphasize is the importance of planning and preparation. You are already taking the first step in planning for your future of your business for participating in events like this one. The beauty of having a virtual event is that you can technically be still at your business and hear and be able to educate yourself, learn, prepare, and plan because things are virtual. Many times before, you would have to step out of your own business to attend and network. And so as the pandemic brought us good and bad, it also brought us a way to network easier and meet more people online. Another step that you can take to ensure that you're ready when future opportunities arise is to get your business certified. So if your business is not certified, please make sure to look us up, read what the process are, read if you qualify to be of any of our business inclusion certification, and really start preparing yourself to be certified. The main purpose of our certification program is to promote opportunities for disadvantaged, minority, women, LGBT, and small local business owners who want to participate in city contracting projects. So please, if you fall into anyone, please contact us to get certified so you can have opportunities to contract with the city. This is a way a way to help business to stand out among other businesses to get contracts with the city. The certification process also helps us to expand opportunities in public procurement and create a level playing field for small and diverse businesses. Another resource offered by the city is the new LA Optimized Accelerator Academy. I know it has a long name, but it actually works with many different reasons. This is a monthly webinar series to help small businesses grow and market in the digital marketplace. That is the most important thing you can do now for your business, is find a way to market yourself digitally. That's what that's where we're going. Webinars are available every first Tuesday of every month. For more information on this, please go to lacdoptimized.org. And again, during our Access in LA event next week, we will have a breakout session just to give more information on the LA City Optimized Accelerator Academy. Once again, I invite you all to attend our event next week, and I really thank Sonia and obviously the Valley Economic Alliance and everybody that is participating today and will participate next week. It is a way to make sure that our community stays informed of opportunities. It is a way for us to help new businesses grow and maintain their businesses, because that is our priority. And really, it's really to make sure that there's a level playing field. And when we say that because the city has in the past for many years only really provided big contracts. And when I say big contracts, I say multi-million-dollar contracts. And so only the big top dogs, or what we call the primes, are the ones that get those contracts. And so last year, our board passed a motion that we are now currently developing and making sure that it takes in effect soon, is the community level contracting opportunity. So we took those big multi-million-dollar contracts, we broke them into pieces, and now we're making sure that we have contracts that start from 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, 500,000. And we did that because we want to make sure that small businesses are able to handle a contract like that. Not only able to handle it, but be able to, it's the first step to the city. So if you're able to do a 50,000, your next step, hopefully you're able to do 100, and then you can move up from there. And then hopefully one day your business is the prime business. It's going after those multi-million-dollar contracts. But that couldn't happen in the past because a lot of all of our contracts are designed to be multi-million dollars. And I understand, and a lot of our board members understand, that for a small business, getting into a multi-million-dollar contract is very far, it's a far reach. I get it. And so we really have worked hard in breaking down these contracts so that there's an opportunity for everyone. And that's where we focus in. And that's really is my focus on the board, to make sure that we level this playing field, and not only small businesses, but folks, entrepreneurs, and anybody else that wants to do any type of business is open, and the city's open for that. It is my passion to make sure that we improve the quality of life of every Angelino here in the city. But I know for business owners, not only do you care about your life, but you also care about your business. And so your business is your life, and I understand that. And so my really goal is to improve the quality of life also for small businesses. And I say quality of life, it's the way you do business, is the way, if we can cut any bureaucracy in the city, which will be really hard when we have 4 million residents throughout the city, but if we can help in any way, that's what we focus. And I welcome any feedback, any thoughts, any work that you want to do to help folks succeed in this world of procuring contracts, procuring the business with the city. So with that, Sonia, I want to thank you for putting this event together, and the Valley Economic Alliance, your staff and your team, for being so thorough and so well in putting something like this together. We appreciate that, and thank you for allowing us to partner with you, Sonia. I really do appreciate that. And also next week, I hope to see everybody in next week's event. Next week, I'll be introducing Sonia to speak. So we're gonna turn around our roles, and Sonia will be able to address the San Fernando Valley Latino businesses or anybody that participates. We only say Latino during this time, but everybody is welcome to be part of everything that we do. So with that, thank you, Erica, for your time. And I thank you, everybody else on today's panel, because you have a really good group coming. I won't throw, mess up the thunder on our great speakers, but it has been an honor to work with all of you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Commissioner. Wow, did you all know that the city is so busy on our behalf? That's great work over there at the Board of Public Works. We really appreciate the work. And we're so excited about our partnership and that continuing and growing and expanding. So thank you for being with us and helping us make this happen. This afternoon, we have designed a kind of a networking session. So we're going to we want to take the procurement and contracting process out of the database and into at least the Zoom world, so that we can meet some of the players that are making purchase decisions, that are influencing purchase decisions, that have the insider knowledge. I don't want to say insider knowledge like it's a big secret, but tips and tricks that you wouldn't necessarily know from the website. So that's what we're going to be getting into. And I'm super excited to share our first speaker, who's going to just share from her heart what's going on within her world and how you can get an insight into it. We're going to hear from some folks in the government and corporate sector this afternoon. And then we're going to hear from some business owners and hear their pitches, their company pitches, and network a little bit and hear how do they pitch their company? How do they talk about their company, so that we can all learn and grow from that. So I'd like to introduce at this time Lisa Castillo, Senior Supplier Diversity Sourcing Manager and Global Connections and Supply Chain at AT&T Services, Inc. And Associate Director, Lisa is responsible for fostering key stakeholder relationships for AT&T Supplier Diversity. Over the past 20 years, Lisa has garnered an extensive background in wireless, consumer, small business, government education, and global business segments, and has enabled her to provide optimal positioning of qualified suppliers into the supply chain. So we're super excited to hear from you, Lisa. And just to put out there an icebreaker question, how do you recommend that a potential supplier even begin to formulate a sound strategy for approaching a Fortune 10 company like AT&T? Please share.
Yes, well, thank you, Sonia. And I'm just pleased to be able to be with the Alliance Group and this organization. I think this is the first time I've been able to connect with your group. At least I don't recollect us being here before. So as Sonia said, my name is Lisa Castillo, Senior Supplier Diversity Sourcing Manager at AT&T. I'm located here in San Ramon, California. That's Northern California. Actually born and raised in California and been here most of my life. I started within this business at the company in 1995 that actually was Cellular One, then was bought out by AT&T. I quit in 98 and 99 after graduate school. The Pac Belt organization had picked me up. So at that point, I started my career what we call the wireline side and served in many different elements at the company. From small business or consumer to small business up to global business up until 2010 when AT&T Supplier Diversity hired me to be the liaison between the company, the public, and the state of California, diverse suppliers, and the California Public Utilities Commission. So I am actively involved with the commission and all our activities and what we have to do in California. And for those of you here in California, because it's a California event, there is a unique element to the business and the whole notion of supplier diversity that doesn't exist in anywhere else in AT&T as it does in the state of California. And that's because of our General Order 156 that the CPUC enacted in the late 80s. And so, well, AT&T actually started their program in 1968. We are one of the oldest programs in the United States, and over those 53 years, we spent over $200 billion with certified minority businesses. And in our world, just for context, because supplier diversity is much different depending on the organization, we qualify supplier diversity for minority businesses, women businesses, veteran, disabled veteran, people with disabilities, and the LGBT community. And currently, our corporate commitment is 21.5% of our global supply chain to go to this community. So we have a long, long history that we're very proud of. Most of a lot of our corporate peers, I don't know if you all know about the $1 Billion Roundtable. AT&T is part of the $1 Billion Roundtable. That's any corporation that spends $1 billion annually or more with certified diverse businesses. In California alone, to give you an idea of how big of an impact that California has, last year, we reported about 13 billion nationally. In California, which we only count for the CPUC, which is Certified Supplier Clearinghouse Vendors, which is a free certification. If you all are not aware of that, I encourage you to take a look at it. But we spend $2 billion alone annually on average with California businesses. So we have a very well-oiled machine. Right now, we're sitting at about 14 people on our team, and we divide and conquer accordingly. We've had, over the last 11 years, because that's, 2010 is when I took on this position, I've gone through a lot of different leadership. However, Jelena Bolden is the current leader and started her role at leading our team in 2018. And she's made some really significant changes to our organization to align us better with the sourcing, our business units, our prime suppliers, and advocacy for minority businesses. And this collaboration is really pivoting and trying to impact a program that, as all you could imagine, after 53 years, it's hard to really continue to push the envelope of what's new and forward thinking. But we feel like that's what we're really bringing to the table. And we continue, we're a Fortune 10 company. It's very dynamic. If you guys read the headlines about AT&T, we're constantly changing who we are, what we're doing, and the direction we're going. And with the Biden administration, the infrastructure build out that's going on, and disadvantaged communities broadly that don't have broadband, and everything that happened in COVID, we're really now shifting back to our original kind of telco roots. And so you'll start seeing another new pivot at AT&T. But all that being said, I know Sonia wanted me to just kind of share some of best practices from an advocacy perspective, and as a representative of doing this work and talking to thousands of people, not only California, but all across the United States, to help them with this plan of how to break, how do you crack the code of a Fortune 10 company? And I'm not suggesting it's easy. AT&T, we're a big company, but really at the end of the day, we're not. There's not a lot of players in supply chain or people doing the work for, we're covering around the globe. So it's really, the great news for you guys is for, if you want to get to know how you break into AT&T, one, we have a very robust supplier diversity website. We give you instructions, where to register, how you can get connected with us. We review 100% of the diverse registrations. So if you're a certified minority, woman, veteran, disabled veteran, disability, LGBT business, I guarantee you will get a contact from AT&T to say, okay, here's your next steps. So I want to encourage you, this may sound redundant. I'm sure you guys hear this a lot of time, but the fact that I'm reinforcing it on this particular call and this workshop today is to highlight the fact that these what we consider really basic steps are not something that we really see when we are meeting folks. Whether, what happens at AT&T is you'll register, you'll get sent over to the subject matter expert, will oftentimes set up a 30-minute call. And at that point, this is where we're seeing where small businesses tend to reveal themselves that they're not doing the steps that I'm going to suggest right now. And first and foremost is to do your research. It is so easy to do research on AT&T. We're in the headlines all the time. We're posting, we do our own, we hire agencies to help with us marketing, and we also have marketing people. And so you really want you guys to show up as an expert in your area of your business, any products and services that you have. And so we want you to know what's going on in the industry. Read the publications, read the corporate news releases, read our supplier diversity website. Anyone that contacts me, or I would suggest anyone on my team, that they set up with a meeting, and sometimes the first words out of their mouth is, I want to help AT&T build their supplier diversity program. And right then and there, when you say something like that, or you make statements that you haven't verified, it's a really easy way for us to see right through you and realize that you haven't done your homework. And so it's really hard to really put your best foot forward, because AT&T is so dynamic. We're continuously transforming every single aspect of this business. As you all know, as a small business, it's highly competitive. As an old business, as AT&T, over about 150 years old now, it's really hard to continue to amplify and move different directions, but we're doing it, and we expect you guys as well.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. We have just one more minute if you'd like to finish your thoughts.
Okay.
Go back around. This is great.
Okay. The second notion is be articulate about your business proposition. Be extremely clear. Be open to tier 2 opportunities. I know it doesn't seem as exciting as direct, but we guarantee it's a great first step. And your capabilities, whether they're email, a 2-pager, or a longer communication deck, should be clear, concise, numerically driven, and we should be able to see your value. So at the very least, I want you to take away, if you're interested in doing business with AT&T, go register on the AT&T supplier portal and you'll get connected to our team right away. Thanks for a few minutes. I appreciate it.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome information. Thank you so much for all that you're doing and for that great information. And feel free to put additional info in the chat, whatever you like, and then hopefully we'll circle back and hear more as well. And with that, we do want to have some of our business. Let's hear from some of our businesses from the Valley. We want to just have our business like a 60-second elevator pitch. So everyone who registered had the chance to submit one. If you did submit one in advance, we were able to look through. And I'm super excited to introduce a couple of companies to just share their 60-second pitch with us now. And I want to begin with Patty Ross, Golden State Marketing. Let's hear from Patty. Tell us about your company.
Thank you, Sonia. So hi, for everyone who hasn't met me, I'm Patty Ross with Golden State Marketing, and I am a women-owned and certified marketing agency. And we help companies and government agencies get over the marketing overwhelm with strategic focused marketing, advertising, public relation efforts to improve sales and increase customer and community outreach. I have over 25 years experience in traditional and digital marketing. We take a holistic approach to choosing the marketing options that fit the business's short and long-term goals, using social media, email marketing, advertising, PR, promotional products, and websites to consistently grow their business and gain consistent engagement. In addition to working directly with clients, I also teach marketing classes for SCORE, PACE, LA Optimize, which the commissioner mentioned, chambers of commerce, and other trade groups and organizations. So I can help as many businesses as possible grow their business with consistent marketing efforts. And then I also wanted to end that I'm excited as a newly certified business as well. I was invited to be a sub on a contract with the city of LA. The commissioner alluded to the new Beyond Bavin, or the new Bavin website. I'm working as a subcontract on that to help promote it to the businesses across the greater LA region. And thank you to Carlos Cordoba of Sherpa Marketing, who's sitting here in the room as well, for inviting me in as a sub on his contract. So that is me. Thank you. And if you're interested in my capability statement, I'll plug it into the chat, and you can click on the link to grab that. Thank you. Thank you, Sonia.
Great, Patty. It's so awesome to hear from our businesses and that, you know, the system kind of works. Hey, Carlos, shout out to you for winning that City of LA contract, or earning it, I should say. It's not like the lotto or a game, it's you earned it. And for subcontracting to some great vendors as well. So great. And next, we're going to hear from GMS Auto Glass, Eddie Valadares. If you'd like to just come off mute and give us your 60-second commercial, and then we'll hear from Ask Aja Restaurant Consulting if you'd like to get ready. Eddie, let's hear from you.
Hello, thank you for having me. My name is Eddie Valadares, and I'm with GMS Auto Glass. And what we provide is we provide auto glass replacement, repair on any vehicle using original equipment, replacement glass and sealing adhesives, vehicle glass replacement on site, cutting, installation, laminated safety flat glass on yellow iron, or any fleet of cars that anybody could have or might have. We do repair, chip repairs, lifetime warranty on defective parts, labor against leaking. We understand the level of service everybody expects, and we will exceed everybody's expectations. We've been in business in 1983, and we are here in the Valley.
Nice. Awesome, Eddie. Wonderful. It's always great to hear from Valley businesses, and so glad you did a great job on pitching your company. It's a great example for others to hear. So thank you so much for that, Eddie. And now we'd love to hear from Aja Beard, Ask Aja Restaurant Consulting. Would you share with us your 60-second pitch? And then we're going to go to our next purchase decision maker from the Build LACCD. Aja?
A teacher, so I hate when people are not showing their face, so I really feel bad that you can't see me. So again, my name is Aja Beard. I'm the founder and principal consultant at Accelerator. We provide restaurateurs for long-term success.
Oh, Aja, we're having a hard time hearing you.
Could you come closer to your microphone maybe, or kind of coming in and out? Uh-oh, Aja, your audio is not working very well. We'll give you one last moment here, see if we can. Otherwise, you can definitely pop your intro in the chat. We're going to try one last time and see if we can hear you. Oh, unfortunately, we're not able to hear you, Aja. So go ahead and put your intro in the chat. We'll be able to take a look at it. And so excited that you're here and hope that everyone will learn more about you and your restaurant consulting, because we need to support our restaurants.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so first, my name is pronounced Asia, and I apologize that my camera's not on. So my name is Asia Beard. I am the co-founder and principal consultant of Ask Asia Restaurant Consulting. We provide restaurateurs the long-term solutions for, I'm sorry, I actually messed it up, I got a little nervous. We provide restaurateurs the fundamentals for long-term success. And I do that through business coaching, online classes, and health inspection preparation. So we do this right now currently for 3 different small business development centers, and also teach classes at LACC. And right now we're primarily focused on getting folks profitable. So our priority is profitability. It doesn't matter the style, the cuisine. We are about making sure that you are sustainable and in business for the long term. So that is what we do. And we focus again on working specifically with small businesses, but we wanted to learn more about government contracting and how to help some of these small businesses access contracts. We have several clients right now who were approved as Super Bowl vendors. And so we just want to, and it's a huge deal for these smaller businesses. So we want to make sure we can help more small businesses with accessing these larger contracts. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Asia. Sorry, I was mispronouncing your name. Thank you for letting us know. And it's great to learn about your company. And yes, we are like-minded. Let's get some businesses, especially Valley businesses, some contracts. So with that, let's hear more from LACCD and Nicolas Barrios with he's the Community Economic Development Manager of Build LACCD, the Community College District. So Nicolas just has a great long background in supplier diversity and graduated from CSUN, Cal State Northridge. Go Matadors. Glad to have you with us, Nicolas. Thank you for sharing with us. And we want to hear all about how to boost businesses move from being in your database to being successful at winning a contract. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sonia, and just want to thank you and the Valley Economic Alliance for having me and inviting Build LACCD to participate in today's meeting. Just real quick, as Sonia's mentioned, my name is Nick Barrios, and I'm the Community Economic Development Manager for Build LACCD, which is the Los Angeles Community College District's construction building program. It's a $9.5 billion construction building program that started around 2001. And it's all funded by voter-approved bond measures, and all the dollars are going to the colleges to renovate and modernize all 9 colleges that belong to the district. So if some of you aren't familiar with any of the 9 colleges that belong to the district, a lot of them look like high schools prior to 2001. But now they're actually starting to look like that's what the district had in mind when they went after all these bonds. So like I said, it's a $9.5 billion construction building program, and we currently have around $4 billion left to procure. Measure CC was approved in 2016. That was $3.3 billion. So along with the 3.3 and along with the $107 million that's left over from the previous bond measures, we have a lot of work to do, and there's probably like 10 years worth of work. So, you think construction, right? Build LACCD, the Los Angeles Community College construction building program, but we have opportunities for construction contractors, professional service firms, architects, engineers, FF&E. Pretty much, we offer a lot of different type of professional services. We're not obviously not as robust as the city or the county. But we do offer opportunities for all different types of services. So the question is how you become from just bidding to actually being awarded a project or being awarded a contract. So really, it starts up from the beginning, and this is going to sound a bit silly, but we utilize Planet Bids to solicit all of our projects, and you'll be really shocked to find out how many companies register in our vendor portal and Planet Bids and don't have the correct contact information. So again, sounds very silly, but we have contractors who go on the construction side that go through pre-qualification with us, and they submit all this paperwork, some are awarded a master contract, and then they don't know why they're not receiving the actual contracting opportunities. And we go into Planet Bids, and it's because they have an email that is incorrect, or that individual is no longer at the company. So we can't do anything to help companies when they do that, and they're not taking care of simple administrative items such as that. For us, if you're certified as a local small emerging or disabled veteran business, we also accept disadvantaged business enterprise as well. DBE certifications as well. You have a really good chance of getting in with us because while we don't have set asides or anything like that, we do award additional points to firms who are certified as local small emerging or disabled veteran businesses. We have a 30% local small emerging disabled veteran business goal on all our projects. So that means that the prime contractor, we want to see them sub out 30% of their contracts to firms who are certified as local small emerging or disabled veteran. So if you're a prime contractor, just, whether if you're an architect or a contractor or an engineer and benches, what I really think that you should do is go out and meet with our team. Go out and meet with our college. We have a college project team at each campus. If you're a design team, you want to let them know, hey, what are you guys looking for when you're choosing a design firm for a project at your campus? If you are, for some reason you submit and for any one of our professional service benches or construction benches, and you do not pre-qualify, our team, our contracts team, they will conduct a debrief with you. They will let you know what you were missing out on and what you can do on the next bench or the next request for qualification to make sure that you meet the threshold so that you are awarded a master contract. So we're very hands-on because we are the largest community college district in the country, but we're not very big compared to our sister agencies such as the county, the city. LAUSD is much bigger than us. So we have the ability to be a little bit more hands-on and kind of guide you through the process and let you know what you did wrong and what you can do in the future to really try to obtain those contracts. So it's all about just being, I guess, for lack of a better term, all up in our face, right? Like, we want to, you need to, I mean, really, that's what it is. It's some of the most aggressive firms are the most successful firms. And you could be aggressive by being polite, right? That's really important, is just getting a face-to-face with me or anyone on the team. Also, if you're a sub, I know there's a lot of professional services here. I know Ms. Ross mentioned she became a subcontractor on a city contract, I believe it was. A lot of these large primes are looking to fulfill these requirements that are set by the public agencies, whether if it's a local, small, emerging, DBE, whatever it might be, disabled veteran. They need to fulfill those percentage. They need to fulfill those goals that the agency's setting. So we also help out with matchmaking, right? So if you contact us and let us know whether any kind of service that you provide that we procure, we'll let you know who the prime contractors are that are one on our bench and also consistently winning contracts, so that you're not wasting your time and going to maybe those firms who are on our bench but are not bidding or are doing something right, have not taking the time to come to us so that we can help them. And so we can put you in contact with those firms as well.
Maybe just
I
one more.
mentioned the matchmaking. Yes. Oh, okay. So basically, it's really just having an open communication with us, and it can start with me. I'm kind of like I am the liaison between the small contracting community and the program. That's specifically what I got hired to do. And you know, I feel like I always say I get to talk for a living, and that's really what it is, and put people in the best positions to succeed with their businesses. So it starts by that, just contacting us and just getting as much information out of us as you possibly can. I think that's really the goal, because we will try to steer you in the best way to succeed. And last thing, now, if you stand out, if you're contacting me, you're like, Nick, I provide this, can you put me in contact with this person? I'm like, okay, sure. Or what can I do? Or do you guys procure these services? Maybe not at the moment, but if we're keeping in touch, I'm going to remember you. And then I will be able to let you know, hey, we have this contract open, go bid on it. Or, hey, there's this prime looking to procure your services and looking for a company like you. Please reach out to them. So it's just staying in communication with us. I know public agencies everyone is so intimidated because there's these big entities, huge, right? But that's why people like myself and all the other panelists here representing these agencies or private organizations are hired for to connect you. So I'll go ahead, Sonia, I'm so sorry. I'll go ahead and drop in all my contact information. I'll drop in the link for Planet Bids. If there are any construction firms in the room, we also have small projects that are specifically for small contractors that range from 25,000 to 5 million. You receive extra points, even more points for being certified as a local small emerging or disabled veteran business. And we also have a small contractor boot camp for construction firms that it's going to start on October 19th. And really, that's how to do business with us 101. So I'll go ahead and drop all that information in the chat. Thanks so much, Sonia.
Wow, Nicolas, thank you so much. So keep your information current in the databases. Get the debriefing if you don't get the contract to understand why not. Meet with the college project teams on each campus if you can to understand what they're looking for. Be persistent. Take advantage of the matchmaking with primes and stay in touch. So great tips, Nicolas. Thank you for that. With that, I want to move to Robert Mancillas, Lead Procurement Supervisor with LA County Public Works. Wonderful. We want to hear from you, Robert, and we want to see what can you add in terms of information about, like, the most common question you get, I understand, is how can I do business with LA County? How can I do business with LA County? So now's your chance. You got the microphone. Why don't you share with us? How can we do business with LA County?
Great. Thank you, Sonia. And thank you to the Valley Economic Alliance for inviting Public Works to join this session today. Yes, in order to do business with LA County, first you would need to register with our Internal Services Department, or ISD. Once you register, it's a simple online procedure. They can give you point-to-point information as you're going through the registration process. Once you are certified and receive your vendor code, you are then eligible to do business with any and all LA County departments. So it's very important that you the link to register as a vendor, we just inputted it into the chat. So if anybody would like to, they can go ahead and click on that. And also, while you're registering, if you do happen to have LA Metro Small Business Certification or California State Department of General Services Small Business Certification, you can upload that certification when creating your vendor profile in order to obtain local small business certification for LA County. And the local small business program is something that's very unique and gives a great opportunity for small businesses. And they also have, how shall we say, some perks that are not available to other larger corporations. For instance, local small business enterprises, for LA County Public Works, we do one-time spot purchases, and we can do up to $5,000 with just one LSBE, DVBE, or SE vendor quote. So it will not go out to bid. We also offer a 15-day prompt pay program. So if and when you are awarded a purchase order or a contract and you send in your invoices, you will be paid in 15 days. And we also have what we call a preference program vendor discount, or how should we say, our opportunities with orders over $5,000 or bids over $5,000. What we do is we take the lowest bid and we subtract 15% of that low bid, and then we subtract that amount from the LSBE, DVBE vendor's bid and use that for evaluation purposes only. So if, for instance, the LSBE vendor is number 2, and they have a larger corporation who's vendor number 1, who's a small bid, and that vendor is bidded, say, $100. And so we take $10 from that, subtract it from the LSBE or preference program vendor from their bid. If now, then we reevaluate the bids. If their bid has now become the lowest bid, we then award the contract to that LSBE, DVBE, or SE vendor for their full amount. So you will not be losing money. The preference program is only used for evaluation purposes, and this applies for most orders over $5,000. We also have what we call a simplified acquisition process, or SAP, in which departments can utilize 2 LSBE, DVBE, or SE vendors to make purchases from $5,001 up to $24,999, and to have them processed in their own department. The Board of Supervisors about 5 years ago actually passed a motion for all LA County departments to commit to increase their LSBE participation or awards by 15%. 2 years after that, Public Works, I'm proud to say, was able to meet that goal, and we have maintained it since then. Once you have registered to become a vendor, as noted, you will be eligible to do business with all county employees, or I'm sorry, all county departments. And you'll be able to actually log on and obtain, say, open bids or open competitive contracts. We do have a doing business with Public Works website, in which you can visit to see any open competitive bids. And at the same time, you can also see any awards that were made. So then you can research that and see what it was that they presented, and how your company can make the same type of presentation or submit the same type of documentations. Another way to stand out is to contact the various procurement departments or contract units from the various county departments, and send them your capability, a brief introductory email with your capability statement and your mission statement. I know here at Public Works, if that information is sent to me, I share it with my team of buyers and with our end users, who are our other divisions within our department, so that this way they can keep your company in mind when requesting bids or going out to quote. I believe that's about all that I have at the moment. Thank you, Sonia, and we'll turn it back to you.
Oh, wonderful, Robert. Thank you so much for that. It was great to know that, folks can contact the procurement units and email their capability statements for future reference, and that LA Metro and California State Department of General Services certifications, there's some sort of reciprocity there to get certified as a local small business, and that the county is looking to do more business with local small businesses. So there are opportunities there. Thank you, Robert. Much appreciated. I'm going to go right to Malintzin Julien now, Senior Utility Buyer with LADWP. We're a little short on time, but we're going to hear from Malintzin and see how we can do business with LADWP and what advice you have for them. And then we're going to hear a couple more business pitches before we sign off for the evening. Malintzin, what do you have to share with us about doing business with LADWP?
Okay, so I'll try to keep this as short and sweet as possible. Now, I'm going to write a little bit on what Aura said in the beginning, because we do use the same system at LADWP. We do post our solicitations 25,000 and over on the Bavon site. Now, they did an update, and so I recommend that you take time to register on Bavon. All our solicitations, again, over 25,000 go out on Bavon. The great thing about Bavon is that it covers, I think, the 32 city departments. Also for the 25,000 and up. Now, you can do your certifications on Bavon. Like Robert was saying, there are state DBBEs and small local business enterprises that have been certified through the state or even through the county. If you want that transferred to DWP, you will need to go through the Bureau of Certification. All of that is available on Bavon. It's a free registration. If you have all your documents in order and all your information, it should take maybe about 20 minutes or less. I've done it myself just to see what vendors experience. It's not difficult. What I do recommend is be very careful when you're setting up your profiles, because we do use the NAICS code system on our IFBs, invitation for bids, and also not so much for RFPs, but definitely for any commodity, materials, and services will be identified through NAICS codes. So if you are too specific, you might not get all the notifications you should be. If you are too general with your identification of NAICS codes, you're going to get bombarded. So you'll need to determine as a business decision, as a vendor, what will be your main focus. There are automatic notifications released through Bavon. So more often than not, you will not get a direct communication from the buyer. The assigned buyer is identified on the procurement documents that are all uploaded to Bavon. DWP uses an internal procurement system called ERSP that up until Labor Day weekend of 2018 was available to the vendors. So some vendors on this meeting may recall that. Since then, we moved heavily to Bavon for the notifications, and to respond to our bids, you will need to go to our Evalua Dropbox system, and I provided that PDF to Sonia and to Erica to share with all of you. Let me see. I know there was a couple things that I wanted to mention. Now, as a supervisor, I've reviewed procurement staff's work on the IFBs. And one of the problems I tend to see with vendor responses is that my daughter, trying to be her little diva self, so the vendors that I see have biggest problems with our solicitations are usually missing mandatory documents that need to be uploaded with your bid responses. I see we're running out of time. So another thing to consider is that while we encourage all small local businesses, whether you're in the Valley or not, there is a small local business program through the city that we do adhere to. But a lot of these things are lost in translation. Our Evalua guide was also included. Oh, there they are. So take the time to really look at them. If you have any questions, there are numbers at the end. Our vendor liaison center is wonderful. We'll work with all these vendors. You have questions on anything related to LEDWP, the vendor liaison center is really your first stop. If you have questions on the procurement itself, please contact the assigned buyer. All their information, phone numbers and emails are posted along with the solicitation documents. Let me see if I missed anything that I wanted to. Oh, 25,000 and under. We have something similar, like Robert was saying. We will not put it out to bid. So it's we will try to put it out to bid depending on what the commodity and the service is. If you are pre-registered or you have some very good pricing, we will reach out to you informally. Otherwise, the best way is get registered, because we can't see you if you're not in our database. And it's unfortunate, sometimes we would like to take the time to reach out to each and every single vendor and help them with these IFBs. It's just physically and realistically super challenging. If you have specific questions or concerns, please direct them to the emails indicated on the solicitation documents. Reach out to the buyer. I back up my buyers all the time with questions from vendors. It's challenging, but it can be done. Just take some time and do the registration. Reach out to the appropriate people. We're here to help. I encourage all kinds of sourcing, because the last thing I want to see is a limited competitive bid. I want to see all these responses. I want to see these businesses thrive. And how do we do that? And, and that's why I participated in this panel, because your email was very timely. I just had an auto glass bid close with only 2 bids. I couldn't get anybody else to consider it. So GM Auto Glass, I wish I would have seen you. But that's why we're here. We're here to help. We're here to encourage. And please reach out. I will be able to provide maybe a few more tidbits. But in a nutshell, that's what we do. And we're here to help.
Thank you, Malintzin. So great to hear that information. And thank you so much for that. And hopefully now you'll know about them for the future. And in fact, we have 3 more companies for whoever else can hang on to listen to these additional pitches. And we will make this recording available also, so others will be able to hear this great information. So I'd like to have J Squared Communications, Jessica Reveles, introduce your company, your 60-second pitch. Then we'll go to Sumetech LLC and Active Wisdoms Corporation. Jessica.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you for everyone on this call for being here and providing such great information. So a challenge today is that many small businesses and nonprofits are not as tech savvy as they need to be to compete online. With information overload, many of these business owners don't even know where to start with social media, email marketing, blogging, website development, or SEO. J Squared Communications is a full-service digital marketing and creative agency that helps women, LGBTQ, and BIPOC-owned businesses do all of this and more. We help grow businesses through leveraging content marketing to cement their digital footprint and deliver exceptional digital content to customers. Me personally, I bring over 15 years of experience across marketing, sales, and communications with an emphasis on content creation, copywriting, and book editing. I've worked with major brands, including the Magic Johnson Foundation, Fab New York, Joe's Jeans, FINM, Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, at Santa Monica College, General Assembly, Outfest, and more. I sit on the boards of the Women's National Book Association, Los Angeles Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce, and Anjuan Medical Center. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jessica. And we really appreciate that you're going to be our featured guest at our business huddle next week on October 13th at 4 p.m. We're going to have open office hours, and Jessica will be there to answer marketing questions. So we're very excited about that. Thank you. And Sumetech LLC, let's hear your 60-second pitch, please. Is Maria Clara still here? Okay, Active Wisdoms Corporation, Ashley Hahn, would you like to say your 60-second pitch? Looks like we may have lost some folks. Well, we're a little bit over time, but this was action-packed and rich. I'm so thrilled. Oh, Ashley, you are there. Would you like to say your 60-second pitch?
Yes, that'd be great. So
Please.
this is, okay, thank you everybody for hosting an amazing event. So Active Wisdom is a sustainable and healthy company located in Los Angeles. So we work with a local farmer and supplier to produce cold-pressed juices to boost your immunity. And we have a wellness package, so corporation can send a wellness package to their employee and customers so that we all feel connected, and it's great for holiday season too. So I would love to get to know you all, and thank you so much.
Beautiful, Ashley. Well, wonderful to everyone's health. Since we are closing, I just want to thank our speakers for your fantastic information, insights, and your passion and your care for businesses that cause you to go above and beyond and help our businesses to connect with the resources available. At the Alliance, we do have a free business assistance program. I popped the link in the chat. You can simply register, enroll in that program, and you can get a comprehensive analysis of your company to connect you with resources beyond what we talked about today and beyond. We do have events, so check out thevalley.net/events for upcoming committee meetings and events coming up. And we hope that you will join our Facebook group to keep apprised of various grants, update, business, breaking news, and all that good stuff. Just thank you all so much for participating. Continue to do the great work to build our Valley. We will build it together. I thank the team, including Erica Gass with the Alliance, and Aura Garcia, Madam Commissioner. Thank you for being with us. We hope everyone will hop on to Accessing LA to learn more about how you can do business with the city. and how you can get some resources from the City of Los Angeles as well. Be well, everyone. Thank you for being with us. Stay close to the Alliance, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.